back here with Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson of Rush. We've got a new film that's all about, I guess, their entire journey. We're going to get to a thing where I just want to ask you a bunch of questions that weren't answered in the documentary, questions that I know the audience has, that we have for you. But watching this film back, you hear from Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, he weighs in, and Taylor from the Foo Fighters weighs in, and Jack Black weighs in, and Gene Simmons is in the film. And I was curious what it would be like for you guys to hear from your colleagues, contemporaries and new bands, what it's like to hear other people talk about you and their impressions of the band.
It's pretty overwhelming in a way, because you know, you hear these things, you hear, well, so-and-so likes your band, this guy likes your band, but to hear the way they spoke about us was, I mean, the ultimate compliment in a way. And I was a little shocked, really, how well they understood what we were kind of all about. Billy Corgan and Trent Reznor, they spoke so clearly about what the band meant to them, and the stories that they told were very surprising to me.
Is it, you know, when a band puts out a greatest hits or a double record, that's a stepping stone in their career, or a turning point. What is it like for a band that puts out this kind of film, when you, in a sense, have a real retrospective, and it's not a concert film, you've done that, but does it mean something to the Rush catalog that you've done this, because you can never do this again? This is one moment in your career.
Yeah, once is enough, right?
I can't imagine what the next 40 years have been like. We're sitting here then.
Oh, much fun.
In 40 years, if I was still here, I'd be honored to do that interview. There's a lot of great questions asked in this film, and there's a lot of things we noticed, mostly about your hair, your clothes. So we have some questions that were not answered in the documentary that I want to ask. Alex, what do you miss more, Neil's mustache or Geddy's kimonos?
Wow, that's a tough one. Well, I'd have to say Geddy's kimono.
Yeah,
he looked so smashing in it.
What's the Rush song that you love to play that he hates to play?
Oh, there's a few of them, I think. I think we were just talking about one for this tour. I think he used to dislike playing Stick It Out, right? Oh, that's
That was Neil, yeah. Are you confusing me with Neil?
You look so much alike.
That's still also one of the things that's so interesting about this film, is that it's you two sitting talking about the band, and it's Neil by himself talking about the band.
Well, he is the new guy.
He is the new guy. That's the other part. Your original drummer, he plays a really big role in the first part of this film.
Yeah, I was shocked with you know, they had interview footage with him, like audio, which really was kind of freaky.
I can imagine it must have been a bit of a time warp,
Yeah,
right?
but it was a good thing, you know, because those formative years were really important to us. We had a lot of fun. We played all the bars in Southern Ontario, as well as just about every high school. And John was an integral part of that whole growth period.
Does Neil still feel like the new guy in the band?
Well, he asked for a raise, but...
What's your favorite lyric from a Rush song?
Let's see. That's a really hard question. I don't really know any
I have one.
Yeah, take it away.
In Bravado, there's a sentiment where he goes, "We will pay the price, but we will not count the cost." I think that's one of my favorite lines that Neil has written.
And does it always resonate with you when you sing it? Do you always just know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that song.
Has Geddy ever trashed a hotel room?
Not that I know of, or that I was conscious.
He has.
Okay, how about this one?
That wasn't the question, you know.
When you guys were starting out and you were playing, you know, playing at Willowdale, you talked about playing at high schools. Was there a contemporary band that was your biggest rival? That if they got a gig, you thought, man, we should have had that gig?
We didn't really have a rival, did we? I mean, back then there were so few gigs to go around. You know, I remember playing, you know, the Sadie Hawkins dances at high schools, and you know, we finally got, you know, we turned 18 right at the time when the liquor law changed, so suddenly we could get bar gigs, and we were playing all these, you know, rock and roll bars, but I don't really remember competing with any.
Yeah, I don't think that was kind of the vibe at the time. I think it was more of a community feeling that we were all playing in bands, and you know, we were all cool guys living in Toronto, and so we sort of celebrated that rather than looked at it as a competition.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever been annoyed with each other in the studio to a point where you guys wrote a song so low in the register that Geddy couldn't sing it?
These are questions.
I want to know.
Well, no, we never did that. But we have written some interesting songs that never made it to vinyl. Or
Thank the Lord.
Do you have a collection that one day will go out there and be like the 14-box set of all these Rush songs that were never put together?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Like
not.
Salinger, you're going to burn all the tapes,
Yeah.
right?
No, you know, we would finish a song, and if we're halfway through a song and it wasn't cutting it, we just threw it out.
That's all. There we go. You should see the documentary. It's called Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage. One night only theatrical release, June 10th in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, and Quebec City. If you don't live in either of those cities, take a vacation there. You'll enjoy it. It's out on DVD and Blu-ray June 29th as well. Getty and Alex, Rush, everybody.